She's on mute. Commissioner Williams.
Here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
Commissioner Lyons.
Here.
Yes, we can hear you.
I hear you now. I hear you. All right, Commissioner Lyons. All right. No pledge of allegiance, obviously. At this point, I'll take a motion that we accept the minutes for the regular board meeting held on November 19th, 2024.
So moved.
So move. Second.
Is it
Second.
been moved and properly seconded?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. So Commissioner Diaz, who's not here. See here. All right, so Chief, you want to give your report?
Sure. Good evening, Commissioner.
Good evening, sir.
And to our other commissioners, good evening. Just a couple quick things. Just wanted to report that as it relates to our crime stats, I have last week's stats. I don't have this week's. I won't get those until tomorrow. We do our CompStat meeting. And so basically, we are basically as we were last year. We're slightly above last year's pace. But overall, for the last 2-3 years, we're considerably down for the previous 3, 4, 5 years. So we're really trending in the right direction. So the class that's in the academy now, they will be graduating in early February. So that will bring our overall strength currently up to about 315 officers. So we are trending in the right direction finally. Hopefully we continue on that trajectory as well. But I'm glad to see that. But we'll be sending out those invitations, obviously, in enough time so that you all will be able to attend. I just wanted to report quickly that so today I did a presentation on my Facebook Live, and it's there for anybody to view. It was basically a recap of my 5-year strategic plan. It was a 2-year update. And so we did a presentation on the steps we've done to achieve the goals of the 21st century policing. So there's 6 pillars, and I'll just read the pillars really quick. So the first one was building trust and legitimacy. The second pillar is policy and oversight. The third pillar is technology and social media. The fourth pillar was community policing and crime reduction. And the fifth pillar was training and education. And the sixth pillar was officer wellness and safety. So I think that if you go and when you have a chance, so we put the strategic plan on our Facebook sites and our websites, as well as the a presentation regarding the efforts that we've made to achieve the 21st century policing principles. And I think if you look at that, we're ahead of pace in many areas where, some of these areas were 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year out. But I think we are ahead of pace on accomplishing the goals of becoming a 21st century compliant police department. So I'm really excited about that and proud. And I think that has had a big effect on our ability to maintain some of the police services that we provide, and also the level of crime that we continue to see at a kind of an even level. I'm a big believer that community policing and community collaboration and engagement equals crime reduction. So that is there. We've posted it. I had talked to Commissioner Roach about doing a one-on-one or a presentation specific to the Board of Police Commissioners, but he said there's a lot of dynamics where we would have to do a quorum and then it would be open. But that offer still stands if there's a way that we could figure that out. Or if any of you ever want to come to my office one-on-one, I could sit down with you and go through the strategic plan for you personally and show you what the plan was and how we've achieved many of the goals of that plan. So that invite is open to each and every one of you if you'd like to come in to be a part of that. But beyond that, again, we're planning for the holiday season. We've increased our motor vehicle activity when we have double days, when we have extra officers. Officers doing much more motor vehicle enforcement. As we end the year, we have some grants that we're going to be rolling out at the beginning of next year, some DUI grants as well. So I'm excited about that. And a couple of new technologies that we're going to be introducing early next year too. We'll also be talking about those and introducing those as well. But I'm pretty pleased at where we are. We still have a ways to go in terms of replenishing some of the people that we've lost, but we are moving in the right direction. With the help of all of our officers, everyone's doing a great job. But with that, I really encourage everyone to go to our website or our Facebook and look at the strategic plan first, and then look at the accomplishments that you will see in our presentation regarding 21st century policing. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at some of the things that we've accomplished in just the 2 years. So with that, I will take questions if you have.
I just want to say kudos to you and the Bridgeport Police Department. I think it's a wonderful thing. I didn't hear it, but I certainly will view it and listen to it. What did you say number 5 was?
Oh, let me look. So I'm getting old now.
Something about education.
Education and training and education.
Oh,
and,
okay, training.
Yeah, and that pillar we're really excited about because training and education has been like a focal point since I've become the chief, where not just professional development, where we send officers to advanced trainings, whether it be leadership programs for lieutenants, captains, sergeants, and we even send patrolmen. But we've really emphasized training and education, and we've really encouraged our officers to take advantage of the 100% tuition reimbursement. So that's that pillar. And not just the, so obviously we want to educate our police officers, but part of, I think, training and education is educating the public. So we've done 2 Citizens Academy in 2024, where we've educated the public and those members who go to our Citizens Academy into many police practices. I think it's really important that the public know how and why and what we do. Yeah, that is part of that pillar 5, training and education.
I do have a question, another question, if you don't mind.
Sure, not at all.
So we're all aware of what happened in Wisconsin, am I correct? And the police chief there indicated that one of the recent training, they do this quarterly, right? Preparing for mass shooting. And the recent training was 2 weeks ago. Where do we fall in line with that? Because we, sometimes things seem so far-fetched that we don't ever think, just like they never thought they would be in that predicament.
Yeah, exactly. So we do regularly we call it active shooter training, where we work with our officers. We'll go into a school when school's not in session, and we'll do active shooter training. It's basically a response on how we respond. And as well as our ESU team, they train regularly to prepare for situations like these. One of the things we're going to do over the holiday break for schools is we're going to pick a school and we're going to do some training in the school. So we actually, tragically and sadly, we have to go into like a realistic situation where we would be navigating the hallways of a school. So that's the way we do our active shooter training. And we are planning some over the holidays because we like to do it in a similar setting, unfortunately, like a school. But yeah, we train regularly on that, as well as our ESU team. They train regularly. Sadly.
Can we recommend a school, or is there a specific school that you are?
We work with the Board of Ed to get us.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to offline, let me know a particular school. Let me know.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
I will.
No problem. Unfortunately, Commissioner, so we did have a situation today at one of our. So these things always trigger copycats. So at one of our non-public schools, we did get a threat today of someone who called in a threat, a young person who said they were going to go do something at a school. And so we had to do a lock-in, lock-out at that particular school today, just this afternoon. So we did arrest it. It was a young person, a minor, just probably bored, didn't have anything better to do. But we did make an arrest today for someone who made a silly threat or stupid, inappropriate threat regarding one of our schools today.
And you're talking about a minor?
Yeah, it was a young person, very young person.
Oh, okay. I hope he's scared.
I think he was, and I think his mother scared him more when the police officers left.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Williams, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yes, you did. I just wanted to say great job on your 2-year accomplishment as well.
Thank you.
I've received a receipt. I know we talked about the towing in the city of Bridgeport.
Mhm.
I received a receipt from someone's car who was towed. And I'm not sure if it's appropriate or is that the norm. On the receipt, they were charging the person for fuel. They were charging the person for the lift, the tow of the dolly, the labor, and fuel. And they wanted cash.
Jeez.
Yes. And I told the person, I don't know, but I don't think it's supposed to be that way. It was vanilla transport. I can send this over to Lieutenant and she can share it with you. I was supposed to come on November and ask the question, but I couldn't make it in November. So it just reminded me that I needed to ask that question and bring it to your attention that these independent toll companies are doing their own thing, even though we established protocol for them. So this receipt says private towing, 100 tow lift, $125, tow dolly, $150, labor, I can't tell, I don't have my glasses, so it might be $33, and fuel, $25.
Wow. Yeah, that
So
seems.
she had to pay over $300, and it wasn't even like it was an hour later. It was only a few minutes later that she came to get her car when her son walked home and told her that the car was towed.
Yeah, so I know for city tolls, the tow operators that are on our list, there are some procedures and certain guidelines and limits. And even those I think are a bit high. But if it's a private tow off of like say a lot or something that's private property, I'm not sure, but if you send me the information, we'll look into it to see what it is. But
yeah, because it says towing services. Again, like you said, it was probably on a private lot, but it was Bonella Transport LLC.
Yeah,
so I don't know who's on ours.
Yeah, send me information. We'll take a look at it.
Okay, I'll send it over to Lieutenant. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Blessings. Happy holiday if you're not staying.
Likewise.
Commissioner Lyons, you have anything you want to say to the chief? No? And so thanks, Chief, for your time. I might take you up on your offer about the strategic planning. Please.
Yeah, please do. I mean, we put a lot of work into that. It was it's something that I put together 2 years ago. We kind of refined it a bit. And then we put this presentation together. And yeah, I'd love for you to come in and we can break it down and we could show some of the progress and the good things that we've accomplished. So sure, let me know anytime.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Commissioner Kruger. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Chief. Have a great holiday.
Likewise. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays to you.
Right. The union. But look, I thought we had Adam on there. Yeah. Hello, sir.
How are you, Commissioner?
Doing well, sir. So what do you got for us?
Yeah, I'll be brief tonight. I just want to start off just saying good evening. Thank you guys for having me tonight. Of course, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you guys are, you and your families are all doing well. I'll be pretty brief. I just wanted to give you an update and inform you that I'm beginning to prepare the 2024 annual report, which I'll be happy to present you next month at the commissioners meeting. I'll also disseminate that to the administration and all the commissioners. Our numbers are looking fairly well this year, so I look forward to presenting that. And then finally, I'm here. I know on the agenda, Section 2 under the clerk's report, there's going to be potentially some discussion on the scheduling for some Barrows hearings that are coming up. So I just wanted to make sure I was here for that and maybe participate on what days work best for the investigators involved. Other than that, I have nothing else to report to the board at this time.
Thank you, sir. Nothing for the union. Clerk's report.
I have a question for
For
Lieutenant Adam Rosa.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said our numbers are looking pretty good. What has improved?
Just as the
Um,
citizens' complaints, I'm going through them. We're currently at 92. At this point, last year, we were at 105, so it's about a 12% decrease. Hopefully, those numbers remain true for the rest of the year. If we could see an 8 to 12% decrease in citizens' complaints, I think that's substantial.
yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions for the lieutenant before I move on? Thank you, Lieutenant. Appreciate you. Clerk's report.
Hello all. I really just, as Lieutenant Rosa mentioned, we have 3, 4, 5 Barrows hearings. 2 are separate files and one has 3 officers involved. I do know that Lieutenant Rosa, that's one of the investigators is really mostly only available on Wednesday and Thursdays. I also know that Attorney Cronin from Labor Relations will be out from January 1st until January 16th. So some of these have been waiting a while. And unfortunately, sometimes beyond our control, keep getting canceled. But if there's anything we can do to get these scheduled and get them off their plate and their back.
And can I ask, which cases the officer has to be available on? I mean, which case, yeah, because if he's only available Wednesday and Thursday, is that for all the cases?
No, just 2 out of the, so we have 3 cases, but involves 5 officers. The 2 cases is the investigator, Sergeant Taylor. Wednesday and Thursday are easier for her because of childcare. And those are 2 of the single cases. And then the case that has 3 officers available, I believe that Lieutenant Rosen told me that investigator, Detective Norris, is available pretty much any day, as long as he has a heads up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I do know that Commissioner Williams has trouble, I believe, on Wednesdays, and Commissioner Diaz has trouble on Thursdays. So I don't know if that makes a difference to any decisions.
So at this point, you're basically saying from the 1st through the 16th, we can't have a hearing.
Correct.
And our next meeting in January is scheduled for what, the
21st.
21st. Perhaps you can meet with or talk to the city's attorney and the union's attorney and try to come up with some dates and shoot them out to us. And maybe at the next meeting we can figure out what we're going to do, because I don't think we're going to figure it out tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's based always on their availability.
Okay.
And we can come up with 3 dates, but they're not available.
Okay, I'll get a couple dates and then maybe I can put them in the email and we can figure it out, even if it's before the next meeting, just so I can make sure I also have my 10-day notice, which were required by the contract as well.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. New business. We have a request from Council Member Anita Martinez to speak. Council Member, are you ready?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
evening. Board members, thank you to Lieutenant Lyons for placing me on the agenda this evening. So I had sent some pictures late this evening with regards to some concerns that I have in my district regarding a lot of handicap signs that look like they are being placed by co-op owners in the stretch of Waterman. There are a lot more handicap within that whole complex. I'm concerned mainly the ones that are on the city streets. And my concern is because it's unfair if you did not go through the process of the application and being approved to simply have a handicap sign up because you purchased it and you're okay with putting it up. I think it's very unfair to those that follow the law and follow the rules. And I did get out of my vehicle and I did take a look at the behind the signs, and they do not have the sticker from the city of Bridgeport with the date, which are signs, I don't know if you all are aware, but are signs that come from signs and lines do have a sticker on the back as to when that sign was placed at that location. So that was a concern. I don't think that we need to put the pressure on our police department. As you all know, we have a shortage of police officers. We need them to be handling crime, not simple stuff. But I think that this should be going through our parking violation department. And the reason I added it to the agenda with Lieutenant Lyons was because I've been speaking to Commissioner Roach about it. But I think that it should go through our parking enforcement division, rather than our police department. But hey, you all are the board members, you make that decision. I just think that it's a process that it's unfair to those that really follow the process of the law. So thank you for allowing me to speak, and thank you for listening to my concerns with regards to the handicap signs.
I have a question, if I may.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Commissioner Farrell, it's okay?
Yes, Commissioner. Bush.
Thank you. So Councilwoman Martinez, so thank you for providing that and looking into that. Are we saying that because they have a fictitious handicap, fictitious official sign, handicap sign, that these people may not even be disabled? Is that possible?
That is correct, Commissioner Cruz. And I can fully attest to that statement because Charlie Coviello, who used to own a unit over there on Waterman, is no longer there. And there is a handicap sign that was placed to the unit that he owned that I can tell you that I don't think the individual is a handicap. So, I mean, there's various handicaps. I can't be judgmental on who's handicapped and who's not because we don't know. But what I could tell you is that I do know that they were not placed there by the city of Bridgeport because there's no stickers. I mean, if you all are in the area, stop by there and take a look. I mean, I only did Waterman. If I forget about it.
Yeah, but you know what? These signs don't even look like they were placed on the proper pole.
No, they weren't.
The
And
city doesn't use that pole. It looks like a wood stick.
Is it? Yep. You can buy them at Restaurant Depot. They sell all those signs. Yeah. Order them.
You can get them from Staples.
Okay.
So my concern is, and I hear your concern with these things, and not to say to put it on the police department's plate, but this will go back to a safety issue. And, having the park and rec go out there, we can address it with both, and maybe both would need to go out there to remove those signs. Because it's just like when you have someone who's going to tow a vehicle or repossess a vehicle, the people get very violent. And so I understand your concern, and I understand you not wanting to put it on the police department's plate, but it would have to be because of safety issues for even the individual who would go out to just, if they were to remove it, it's going to be a concern.
Yeah,
So-
I agree. That is the protocol, and we shouldn't go around it just because.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't see why we can't have, the police department along with Park and Rec look into this matter. But to just say, don't, put it on their plate because they're busy or they're short-staffed, again, it's safety concerns.
If I may, I can definitely reach out to Lines and Signs and the engineers to 1000% confirm that they're fake, though I agree with Councilwoman and with the commissioner that they look very fake. But I can 100% confirm that we don't have those signs. Those are not ours, they're not issued. And I will also contact our traffic division as well and put them together. But I already wrote my sticky note to some emails and some phone calls tomorrow, because I agree, a lot of people, there's reasons signs get denied and people go through the process when they really need them and don't get the signs for certain reasons, that it's hindering even other people from parking and potentially spots that they need. So I'll make sure I start that process tomorrow.
Yeah, it certainly favors them for sure. I mean, they have a permanent spot, right? They must have a handicap sign in their car, a hanging sign in order to park there too, right? When you think about it, but I think it's pretty nerving, whoever created that. It's pretty gutsy to do that.
Well, I'll make sure we follow up with the houses around there too. I'll have traffic at least maybe put mail tags or door tags and say, here's your proper way of installing a sign. If necessary, please contact this number. This way we cover our ground in case someone tries to
Yes,
say we
you're
heard.
giving them a warning, right? Yeah, in advance. That's good. Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you, Councilwoman.
Yeah, so it looks like there are a lot of those signs based on the pictures you get. Like a whole bunch of those signs. And is it you just saw them in this area, Councilwoman Martinez, or is it they're all over the
Yeah.
place and you just decided to take pictures of this particular place?
Oh, they're all over the place. I just specifically picked this location because they're like sequence. It's like a domino lineup.
Yeah, you
so,
see how the first picture has 3, but then you went back and it has 1 more. 4.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, I agree with Commissioner Williams. It does become a safety issue. I'm looking more at, our police department focusing on major cause. But I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for taking the initiative. And our lieutenant, as always, she's great. When I bring issues to her, she addresses them. So thank you all. I will stay focused on other handicap stuff or even anything that I see within the district related to the police department, and I'll keep you all abreast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, and have a good holiday all.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Merry Christmas.
Wow. I don't know, Madam Clerk, I don't know how we normally would deal with people putting up fake signs, or the police department never addresses that at all. Does that fall in your jurisdiction normally?
I honestly don't think until I got into this position, I don't think any of the police officers even know the process or how they get put up, or as the councilwoman pointed out, that I didn't even know, and I've been here for a year now, that there are certain stickers on them. So I think most police officers see the sign and say, okay, it's a handicap sign with a handicap placard, and they move on. They don't think much about it. But if anyone comes to me and brings it, I can make sure we start the process of taking these down. And if a reoccurring location comes, then we can maybe look into it a little further. I'm not sure where that would fall under ordinances or crime, but it's something we can look into. But I think the first step is telling people how to get these signs up and taking down the bad ones and maybe go from there. But I just don't think most cops even know the process, because I never did.
So, Lieutenant, is it feasible to or appropriate to give them a heads up that on next week, let's say, these signs will be coming down and you're no longer, those handicap signs will not be accessible or available until you follow the procedure if you need it. And let
Why
them know
would we
why
have
they're
to
being
do-
taken down. Maybe, I don't know. Who
I don't think
would have
they
done
need,
that?
I don't think they
One
need
person
notice.
for all these different people? I mean, was it a combination of agreement or what? I mean, we don't know. I'm just wondering if that would be, since you're going to give them a heads up, or are you? I mean,
I
I don't really see a need to notify somebody that we're gonna remove their illegal signs from anything.
That's right.
But that's
yeah,
just
well,
me.
they need
I'm
to
a
know
little
it's
different
illegal.
guy.
Maybe they know this.
Right.
I don't
They
know.
know it's legal.
So
I guess they know. Yeah, they've taken it.
I guess
Different.
what we need to do is figure out what the protocol is. So Lieutenant Lyons, please don't let me forget to address this either with the chief or whoever the handicap signs gods are, that we get this resolved. Because I really don't know how to address it if you guys don't know how to address it, but I think it needs to be addressed, because I think it's unfair to the
Yes.
council person's point that people go through the proper channels to do it, and then you got people who simply decide they're going to put signs up. No different than the people who throw those cones in front of the off the side of the curve to make sure nobody parks in their spot, so to speak, across the city. So if you could just make sure that this stays on our radar, I appreciate it.
I will, and I'll type something up to make sure that even once they come down, I'll make sure there's some sort of door tag or notice that if this is necessary, here's the proper channels through the Department of Health, the proper channels to go through, and I'll leave them my email address or my phone number, and if they have any questions for that. I don't think we'll necessarily have any kickback unless they put it back up a second time, but you never know.
Right. Well, we're being proactive. We're not ignoring it.
Thing. And then for old business, we have 2 tabled requests. The first one we have from November 19, 2024, a request from the city engineer's office not to approve the installation of a handicap parking sign at 116 Garden Drive. And then the second one being a request from the city engineer's office not to approve the installation of a handicap parking sign at 77 Elmwood Place. Are we prepared to address that? Has anyone looked into that? Lieutenant Lyons, do you have any feedback on that?
77 Elmwood, I believe, is the one that the commission wanted to drive by because it was an awkward shape. How it was wide and then thin, and they wanted to see if it was something that it was actually possible for someone to park in. 116 Garden Drive, I did have my assistant, which I have now, which is awesome. I did have my assistant reach out, spoke to the daughter. I've reached out every month and sometimes multiple times. She spoke to the daughter of the requester, and I still have not heard back. Either has she. So that one we've been tabling. Both of them we've tabled for almost 4 months now, trying to give them opportunities, but I haven't heard anything back from 116.
All right. So we've been tabling these for 4 months and we've got no real feedback about how we should move forward. What's your pleasure, commissioners?
So the one at 116 Garden Drive, were we waiting to see if they have permission to park in the driveway? Is that what we were waiting for?
Correct. We were waiting for a landlord letter. I did speak to her after the first month twice. The second month I spoke to her, said, hey, we need it by this day. Last month I left a message, and then this month my assistant spoke with her daughter. So
Okay, and the other one, what was the reason? I can't remember that. Elmwood.
Remember my fancy screen share with my laptop?
That's right. We couldn't see the driveway.
Right. It was a wide driveway that had a gate and then looked like it was a funnel and got small.
Okay. So I so moved to adopt the recommendation of the parking for not approving these handicap signs.
We got a motion to not approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have been moved and probably seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you, commissioners. Number 5, we have no correspondence, no letters of appreciation, no widow's pension. That leaves us at number 8, city engineer's recommendation. So we have 8A, request of the city traffic engineer's office to approve the following. And so I'll say them all. If you want to discuss them individually, then bring that to my attention. But we have 8AI, to remove a handicap parking sign at 355 Huntington Road. 8A2 or double I, to install no parking anytime zone at Wood Avenue Park at Wood Avenue, and 8A3I triple I, to install 15-minute parking signs at 7-23 Lafayette Circle. Any questions, discussions, motions?
Commissioner Farrell, can you repeat those? You kind of broke up on the last two. I only heard like the beginning and then.
Yeah, I'll
Unless it-
repeat. You need the last two? Is that what it is?
Yes,
All right, so to install no parking anytime zone at Wood Avenue Park, at Wood Avenue and Benham Avenue and Grover's Street intersection. And then number 3, to install 15-minute parking signs at 7 through 23 Lafayette Circle.
all right. I just need to, we need one with that 7 to 23, 15-minute parking. Just need to see where that is because I know we had an issue over with Alicia's bakery and she needed the loading zone. I'm not sure if that's that area. You said Lafayette Circle for,
Yeah, Lafayette Circle, 7-23 or 7 through 23 Lafayette Circle.
okay, let me see if that's that area, because I know we just installed something over there regarding the loading or something.
Are you indicating that you want to investigate that and set that one aside, or are you?
I would ask to sit on the side. I'm just looking it up to see if that in that area, and if that's that area where she's there, and there's like the cleaners and some other, thing there. I just wanted to see if I can pull it up.
Commissioner, according to the picture that was provided by Danny Pizarro, who's in charge of our parking division, it does say the picture does have New Robin Hood cleaners, if that's the same area that you're thinking.
That is the same area.
I can
That
read
is the same.
that if you'd like, if you want to take a look at his picture.
Yeah, that is the same. I'm just on my phone because my son has a therapy session, so I can't pull it up. But that is that same area, and I just would like to see where they place that loading dock sign, because I think that's what we also agreed to do there. Because it's not a big strip. It's not a long strip. Yeah, it's only like maybe 4 cars can fit there.
Alicia's Bakery is number 7 Lafayette Circle. By
Mhm.
the that is 7, so it probably extends beyond to the cleaner. So that is right in that area.
That area, okay, yeah.
And where are you talking about the loading dock? Where was that supposed to be?
I don't know where they installed it. That's why I wanted, the vicinity of where they put that sign. Because Alicia, like, Commissioner Lyons said, she's at the beginning of that little strip. And then the cleaners is at the end of the strip. It's not even like a block, you know what I mean? It's even 100 feet, that little area, to put up 15-minute sign, and then you have a loading dock sign. I don't know what they put up there. That's what I wanted to. So if we can table this one, I just want to see what that entails. Is it overkill?
Oh, boy. Let's see.
I can
And-
forward as well an email from Danny Pizarro. So this was his original request, but as I look it up, he did email myself and Powell from the traffic engineer saying that he does have confirmation from Robin Hood Cleaners, Hibiscus Beauty, and Alicia's Bakery. But I can forward that so that you guys can see the whole email chain and what he's explaining if you'd like.
ask a question regarding
Go
the
ahead.
second one? The no
ahead, Commissioner.
parking anytime zone, I'm familiar with that area. At Wood Avenue, Benham Avenue, and Grover Street. I'm looking at the picture. I know exactly where it is. I go by there many times. Why no parking around that circle? That little island there? Is it because it is congested? Is it because it creates a more narrow street if cars are parked on both sides? I mean, that's a real heavy, not only heavy traffic, but a lot of residents in that area. I don't know if it's because there's a bar nearby and that's why people park, just like a laundromat and everything else. People gotta park. If you put no parking signs, no one can park there at any time and may get ticket. So I see Angel's request for that, but I'm not quite sure the reason why. Just because someone complained once may not be reasonable.
I don't think I have any more information on this, but I can get some from Angel DePara if
Yeah.
that is what is needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be good. Thank you. So I'd like to table that if I may, if I need to make a motion. And not
So
on the AII. Or A Roman numeral 2.
all right, so it looks like there's two that commissioners are intending to table, and that is BA and BA triple I. Is that correct?
Mhm. Sounds like it.
Yes.
And so I guess if you make a motion, your motion would be to approve I or 1 and table. Those two should be tabled.
Yes.
And
Yes.
someone should make the motion.
So
I'd
Maybe
like
should
to
be.
make a motion that the request of the city traffic engineer's office to approve the following A double I and A triple I be tabled for further, until further information is provided.
Do I have a second?
Second,
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then how are we addressing I or the first one?
Make a motion to adopt the recommendation.
I have a motion on the floor to adopt AAI to remove a handicap parking sign at 355 Huntington Road. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
With that, we'll move to 8B. And I'll read them off together. So you got 8B1 to install a handicap parking, or this is the city's recommendation to not approve the following, and that is to install a handicap parking sign at 173 Sampson Street. 8B2 to install a handicap parking sign at 770 Capitol Avenue, second floor. And 8B3 to install a handicap parking sign at 392 Indian Avenue. What's your pleasure? Any discussions? If no discussion, I'll take a motion to accept the city engineer's recommendation to for 8B 1 through 3 and combine them.
Second. Are you making a motion or you want someone to make a
I can't
motion?
I can't make the motion. One of
No,
you.
I'm sorry. So, yeah,
So-
so move.
Do I have a second? Oh, I got a second. All in favor?
Aye,
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have
thank
a
you.
fantastic Christmas, holiday, whatever you celebrate, and I will see you all in the new year.
Merry
Yes, Happy New
Christmas,
Year.
everyone. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
Happy New Year. Be safe.
All right, have a good night.
Hey,
Thank
you have
you.
something, Commissioner
Have a good
Commissioner
one.
Lyons?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
There you go.
That's right, that's right.
Why not?
He's been paying attention and listening, you know what I'm saying? He's with the
Thank you for
program.
taking care of your sick brother.
Thank you, Commissioner Lyons.
Thank you, Commissioner. So moved.
Wait, he made a motion. Did we second?
I second.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Favor.
Yeah.
All in favor?
All in favor? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Aye.
Aye.
Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Commissioner.
night.
You guys have a
Bye.
great
Thank you.
holiday. Take care.
All right, blessings to all.
Bye-bye.